Howdy team, Rev the Rover here. I was lucky enough to get a decent discount code from Lone Peak, so I decided to go ahead and order one of their gear vaults so we could open it up and have a review. It just showed up, so I figured we can open this box, have a look together, and see what it's all about. Pop it open and see if it survived its trip. Well packaged, all sorts of extra stuff to make sure it doesn't shift. Tons of bubble wrap, tons of cardboard. Definitely making sure that it does not get damaged on its way to you. I've successfully extricated the gear vault from its packaging. No dents or dings I can see, no scratches. Powder coat is good and smooth all the way across it. No burrs or anything like that I've been able to find. Hardware is good, high quality stuff. Rivets in a couple spots for these tabs down here. Those all look good and solid. All in all, pretty impressed by the fit and finish. The vault also already has the channel nuts you need for installation on all four of the tabs. So straight out of the box, all you really need to do is line those up with the slots in the extrudes of the camper, bolt them down tight, and install should be done. They also have these adjustability kind of tabs, I guess. You can move these tabs up and down. They got two bolts you'll have to tighten up once you've got it where you need it, but I'm assuming that is fit from truck to truck. I'm sure all of them are slightly different. I do know that they've got three different heights, A, B, and C. This one is height A, which I'm assuming is for most of the mid-sized trucks, and then the B and the C for the bigger trucks with a little bit more sidewall on the campers. Below the storage cubes, you've got this kind of extra space. They supply a bungee net so you can fit all sorts of stuff in here. This is just a weight to keep it standing up since it's not installed in the camper. There's not a ton of room on this one. I know that this gets bigger depending on the size of the truck you have, but definitely useful. I mean, you might be able to keep an axe down there, some recovery gear. The storage cubes come pre-installed. They've just held on with a couple of Velcro straps going through the MOLLE panels. So easy to remove, move around. If you decide you don't want all four, maybe you just want the top two or the bottom two, really easy to take these out and use them elsewhere in the camper. Big, strong zippers. Good material. They're kind of stiff, but not like, they're still a little pliable. They've got these retention straps you can adjust, so it'll only open so much depending on what you have in it. And this nice little pad there. You can get the gear vault with up to 2 tables. This is the internal table that would be inside the camper, so cooking in the wintertime, just kind of a nice space to get gear laid out, whatever you need. They also offer a front with a fold down table that would be on the outside of the truck on the side after you open one of the side doors. I never really saw a need for something like that, so I opted to not get that. You can also get your gear vault without any tables. If you just want the storage with the exposed MOLLE panel on the inside of the truck, so you can strap more stuff to it that way. Also a configurable option. 3/4 inch laminated ply. All the hardware looks really, really good. It's just held on with these cables on either side, and then you can hinge it up. So you could either run it as a half table or just fold it up out of the way, strap it down with this Velcro strap. All of the hardware on the table also looks pretty straightforward and easy to remove if you had to, including the mounting point for the Velcro strap. So if for whatever reason you wanted to save some weight or run it without the table, very easy to remove it at a future date. Personally, the 3/4 inch ply feels a bit overkill, a little extra unnecessary weight. So I might do a bit of experimenting. I've got some extra 1/2 inch ply lying around. I might try to cut my own and see if I can replace this one and shave a pound or two off of this thing. As far as measurements go, the gear vault weighs 28.2 pounds empty, which is definitely lighter than I anticipated, so that's a plus. It is just about 27.25 inches across, just a little over 19 inches tall. With the outer wall, the bottom is 7 inches deep. At the top, from the tab back, including the table, is 3 3/4 inches. If you have one without the table, the overhang into the camper is 2 inches. From the tab back is 5 inches. That's how much it'll overhang into the camper. The top is 2 inches deep for the box and about 4 inches deep with the outer wall. The actual tray on the front here below the gear cubes is just over 5.5 inches, maybe 5 3/4 inches. The space between the bottom of the cube and the tray of the gear vault is about 3 inches. Closed, the table is 7 inches tall. The table is 27.5 inches wide. Open, the table is just over 14 inches deep. I pulled a couple of the storage cubes off so we could get a better look at them. If you look at them from the side here, you'll actually see that they are different dimensions. This is the bottom one. It's a little bit deeper and a little bit shorter. And then the top one is narrower and taller. They both have a taper. You can see the bottom is a little bit wider than the top on both of them. So we'll do those measurements real quick so we can figure out the exact sizes. Both storage cubes are about 1 foot across, and both storage cubes are about 7 to 7.5 inches tall. The bottom storage cube is about 6 inches deep at the bottom and 5 inches deep at the top. The top storage cube is about 4.5 inches deep at the bottom and 3.5 inches deep at the top. These measurements may vary depending on which one you get for your truck or your camper. If you've got a bigger truck, it'll probably be a bit taller, but I do believe it's the same width across all 3 sizes. Great, so we've just had a look at everything, have a better idea of what we're working with. All that's left is install, so let's head over to the truck and get it in there. So this should be pretty easy. I just need to line up the tabs with the bottom extrude and then the top extrude, and then feed the nuts into said extrude slot. So make sure I got both sides on the bottom here. Those are in. Bring the tops down. There's 1. There's 2. Get that right on the edge of the diesel heater port. And then we just tighten them down with our 5mm wrench. We're not going super tight yet. Just snugging it up, make sure everything lines up properly. But it's looking pretty good. So what was that, about 30 seconds to get it installed? Maybe a minute tops. Yeah, I mean, this is all in a 5-minute job. We need to go to the outside and tighten up those other bolts that hold these adjusting upper tabs. But other than that, it is in and ready to go. We just got to tighten it down, and we'll be in business. Sweet. While we're still in the camper here, you can see you've got probably about a 1/2 inch gap between the door extrude and the gear vault, and looks like there's plenty of clearance for the handle and stuff as well. And as you can hopefully see here, you can see that kind of 5 inches of overhang into the camper. It's really not that bad. It doesn't seem to get in the way. My cubby's still clear. I'm just fine because I built them on the outside of the wheel arch, so I don't really see it getting in our way at all. Here is the table deployed on the inside. See plenty of room for your standard Coleman sized 2-burner stove. It's a touch low for me, but I'm a bit tall, so not super worried about it. Once pots and pans are on, I think it'll be great, but should really elevate the comfort level on the interior when we're camping in the wintertime. And there it is installed. Very convenient, nice deep platform to put stuff on. Cubes are easy to access and nice reasonable height. It's nice having the multi panels. It's all really solid here. I still am able to open all of my cubbies. There's nothing getting in the way there. I can still reach in and get my axe if I need it. So pretty convenient, pretty excited to try it out and load it up. All right, I've added some stuff to the vault. In this front lower cube, I've got my Viair 400. It fits perfectly, couldn't be better. And then the cube above it has all of the hoses and accessories that go with said air pump. And then on these back two, in the top one, we've got an Eno hammock and some accessories for the tarp that we use for our awning. And then in the bottom one here is the 12-foot tarp that we use for our awning. In the space below, I've got a couple of poles that we use in association with that tarp and a little piece of foam under that just to keep it from rattling around. The stuff I keep in it may change a bit, but so far it feels like a good use of the space. Hopefully it helps you get some ideas. Comment below with what you keep or plan to keep in yours, or with any questions you have, and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm definitely happy with the purchase. I think it will help keep the camper and truck more organized. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.